Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here to talk about some basic palettes, some basic eyeshadow palettes. I have seen this video going around. I feel like Alicia from Kinky Sweat was the first video I saw where she was talking about basic AF palettes. I know Samantha March filmed this video, and I think I saw one other video, another content creator filming a video like this, so I will link them down below in the description box. But I thought that it would be fun to do my top 5 Basic B Neutral Nude Lover eyeshadow palettes. That's what we are here to do today. Excuse me while I pull hair out of my mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and share my top 5 with you. I would love to know your top 5 in the comments down below. But if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, y'all, I will do my very best to not touch my hair the entire video, but this is why it's up all the time, because I'm constantly touching it. When I think of like a basic eyeshadow palette, a basic AF, basic B, nude, neutral eyeshadow palette, for me personally, I'm thinking of something that is easy to create looks with. I can look at it, I don't have to think, like go to create something that is neutral for me, meaning it's a little bit toned down. As you can see, I like more of like a less vibrant style of makeup. So when I'm thinking of my basic B palettes, my basic neutral palettes, I want it to be quick and easy. I want it to have like the browns, the rosy tones, like I love a neutral vibe. That is my vibe. So I'm gonna quit talking about that. We're gonna go ahead and jump into these videos, and they're not ranked, okay? They're not in any particular order, but I do have the Sigma Warm Neutrals here. As I've gotten older, I really appreciate eyeshadow palettes that don't have a ton of shades. Like this one here, you have 7 eyeshadows. It's great because you have some that are on the pinkier side and then you have some that are on the warmer side. You do have a little pop of color here. When I look at this eyeshadow palette, the Warm Neutrals, I don't have to think about it. I know automatically. Put that in the crease, put that in the lid, put that in the inner corner. Put that in the crease, put that in the lid, deepen it out, put that on the lower lash line, put that on the inner corner. With these 3, use that to deepen out the outer V. Like, it's quick, it's easy. I know the Sigma formula is great. The mattes are blendable. The shimmers are gonna show up on my eyes and be stunning, and it has everything that I want. So definitely love this for a neutral palette. In a similar color story, we have the Vieve Muse palette. I have not pulled this out and used it recently, but I need to, because when I look at this eyeshadow palette, I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. We have a wide variety of mattes here, but they're more of like these rosy toned romantic mattes. I have this very light shade that I can put all over the lid or the inner corner. I have a beautiful gold, and then this shade, there's nothing like Regal. It's like purple, but berry, but almost a little bit of maroon, and I just feel like this is very easy for me to create looks. I can pick any of the mattes, throw it in the crease, take any of the shimmers, put it on the lid, pop that in the inner corner, and it can even go smoky if I want it to. Like if I want a basic B smokier vibe, I can reach over on this end. I can keep it very light. I just love these shades. I think it's beautiful. It's stunning. I love everything about it. Now listen. If there's an event that I'm going to, if I'm a guest at a wedding, if I'm going out on a date night with my husband, if I'm doing a girls' night and I just want to feel a little fancy and I need like that basic, easy to travel with, easy to take with me, don't have to think about eyeshadow palette, I'm going to go with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I love this palette as someone who typically goes into more of the warm tones or the rosy tones like you just saw with the Sigma palette and the Vieve palette. I love this Natasha Denona palette for its cooler vibe. We have so many like silver gray shades. We have some pinks in here. We have this like deeper shimmer shade here. You can see the little fingerprints of my daughter. You also have like a little warm quad over here. I love this because it's quick and easy. I don't really follow the names. We have crease, transition, inner corner, center eyelid. I don't really follow that. I wish that there were actual names of shades and not just like crease, smoke, blend, inner corner. Like I wish there were actual names because I don't follow this, but I love the quality of the Natasha Denona midi shadows, and I love this color story. It is very basic. It is very simple, but you can do deep and smoky, and you can also keep it very light, and that's why I love the versatility of this palette. was late to the game with this next eyeshadow palette. It's not a new release, but I've had it for like maybe a year at this point, and it is the ABH Soft Glam palette. I wanted to get this palette. I like looking at this. This is a Basic B Kelly color story, like tons of browns, all kinds of browns. You have peachy browns, you have deeper browns, you have a black smoky in here, you have a cranberry, you have like a gold here, you have some pinky shades, more champagne shades. Like this is a Basic B, okay? This is a Basic Kelly color story. I absolutely love it. I didn't pick it up for the longest time, and then I finally got my hands on it, and I was like, what in the world was I doing? Why did it take me so long to pick up this eyeshadow palette? I love it. It's great for every day. It's great for go-to. I don't have to think about the look that I'm creating when I reach into this eyeshadow palette, and that's what I love about it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cheat slightly. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to put two palettes together because I don't feel like you need both of them. And I've said this before. This is the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette as well as the Lunar Beauty Laura Lee Los Angeles Full Fantasy palette. I did a video comparing these two and creating 4 looks with the Full Fantasy. I love both of these eyeshadow palettes. If you want to hear more in detail about these two together compared to each other, check out that video where I did the 4 looks and compared the two palettes. I don't think you need both. I don't think you need both, but I feel like they both fit into this category very well. Here we have the Nude Prism. This one is in My Shop, My Stash. You have 2 rows of mattes here, so any kind of brown pinky nude matte that you want. You have here, you have a nice black, and then you have your row of shimmers. You have all kinds of beautiful shimmers here. You have this one, which is a little bit whiter. This one is more of a champagne. This one is almost more of a rose gold, a little bit more pink. This one has a bit of like an orange bronze with a pink shimmer in here. And then this one is more like your true gold, but there's almost like a little bit of a peachy shift. I love the quality. This is very easy to go into. Pick one on the top for your transition, pick one on the bottom for the outer corner, pick one for the lid. You're good to go. So I think the Nude Prism is a great neutral palette. If you never picked that up and you've been interested in the Lunar Beauty Laura Lee Full Fantasy palette, I think this one would be a great one also. This one is still a Basic B palette in my opinion because like look at this top row. You have all kinds of browns and pinks. You do have this fun Fool's Gold, which is a pink shade here. You have your olivey tones down here. This one you do have some pops of color, which I think are fun also. That's why I love this palette because it's still giving me Basic B neutral lover vibes, but you do have some fun pops in here. This is beautiful all over the lid. I love this Aries shade. I can create some fun looks with like a hint of color while still being neutral, and that is why I love this palette. And I want to round this video out with an honorable mention, and the reason why it's an honorable mention is because this eyeshadow palette has been discontinued, but if it was still like in rotation today, I would 100% have this eyeshadow palette in here. And it is from Dominique Cosmetics. It is the Latte palette. I took forever to purchase this palette, but once I purchased it, I loved it immediately because you have all of these brown shades up here. You have these 3 beautiful shimmers. I don't really dip into those much. I would use them for lower lash line or a liner. But if you take these 2 out, it's screaming neutral lover. This is such a basic palette. You have this nice vanilla shade. You have some warmer browns. You have this reddish brown right here. These shimmers are absolutely amazing. This is a great go-to. Again, I don't have to think about it. I love this macchiato shade. I can take any of the browns, throw them in the crease, pick a lid shade. Easy out the door. Don't have to think about it. Basic, and I love it. But that is going to do it for this video. Those are my top 5 Basic AF, Basic B, neutral palettes, whatever you want to call it. These are my palettes. This is what I love because I'm basic, I'm boring, I love a brown, I love a neutral, I love these palettes. Again, thank you so much for watching. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your top 5 Basic B eyeshadow palettes? Now that you know my vibe, if I didn't mention any and you think I would love them, I want to know down below. But I am going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.